South Africans are waiting anxiously for news about Nelson Mandela's health. The 94-year-old leader has been critically ill since Sunday. He's being treated for a recurring lung infection in a Pretoria hospital. Peter Greste joins us now live from outside the hospital there in Pretoria. Peter, any further word on his condition?
No, well, we haven't had much of an update at all since earlier today, since this morning, in fact. And as you've already mentioned, I think that's causing some anxiety, some frustration for a lot of South Africans who are really keen to know exactly what is going on with Nelson Mandela. But earlier today, in that news conference, President Jacob Zuma continued to describe Nelson Mandela's condition as critical. He said that he visited the former president the night before last night. He didn't see him, he didn't speak to him. The president was asleep at the time, or Nelson Mandela rather was asleep at the time. But he did say that the doctors are describing his condition as critical, as we've already mentioned. He wouldn't be drawn on what that might mean, though. He said that he's not a doctor and it is up to the medical authorities to interpret that. But he did say that the doctors and the health workers in the hospital behind me are working to keep Nelson Mandela as comfortable, and they're looking after his well-being as best as possible. And that's a form of words which implies which is a shift from what we've been hearing in the past. In the past, they've been talking about his improvements, about the prospects for going home and that sort of thing. But I think the shift in the language suggests that the presidency is preparing the country for the possibility that Nelson Mandela might not be around very much longer. We're seeing a lot of people come to the hospital. We've seen groups of locals gathering outside right throughout the day, and they've been bringing messages of support. You can see a lot of them posted on the hospital wall behind me. We've been speaking to a number of them. Here's what they had to say.
As a nation, yes, we are prepared. But we have to give the family space during this trying time. Yes, Madiba is loved by all.
If he dies, that's God's will, and we can't do anything about it. But he has done a lot for this country. He has laid a very strong foundation, and we must keep and build up the spirit of a nation building in South Africa.
No, we are not prepared for his death because he helped us a lot, you see. So we don't know who is going to look for us, you see, just like Nelson Mandela has done for us.
It's not going to be okay. It's just too difficult. No, he doesn't deserve this.
Well, we haven't had any more detail, more specifics about the condition that Nelson Mandela is suffering from. We know that there's been an awful lot of speculation about what exactly is wrong with him. But the president has been underlining repeatedly that they are the only people who can give us definitive information, and so far all they've said is that he is still suffering from that lung infection. We'll bring you updates as soon as we have them.
Okay, Peter, thank you. Peter Greste there live for us from Pretoria.